Hey guys, and welcome back to Cruising with Matthew and my fourth instalment of my Cruise Hints and Tips series. Today I'm going to talk all about P&O Cruises and why I absolutely love them. This will probably come as no surprise to many of you because I never stop talking about them on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. However, after this video, I hope this might answer a few questions that you may have about the cruise line and explain why I love them so much. So I really hope that you enjoy this video. P&O Cruises is a British cruise line which is based in Southampton and owned by Carnival Corporation, which also owns a variety of other cruise lines including the likes of Cunard and Princess. The fact that this cruise line is British is clearly stated by the fact that if you look at the bow of any one of the P&O ships, there is a giant Union Jack plastered along the side. Currently, there are 6 ships in the fleet, including Britannia, the current flagship, as well as Azura and Ventura, Aurora, Arcadia and Oceana. However, in May 2020, there will be a new flagship, P&O Iona, which is a massive ship and can carry over 5,000 people on board, and her maiden season will be primarily in the fjords, as well as going to places such as the Canaries and the Mediterranean in the winter. Now, my first ever P&O ship, as well as my first ever cruise, was on board Oceana when we sailed to the Canaries for 12 nights in 2006. Me and my family fell in love with her, and as a result we sailed with her nearly every single year to the Mediterranean and places like that until 2011, when unfortunately we had to take a break from cruising, although we finally resumed it in 2018 when we went on board Britannia. Now, Britannia is very much responsible for me starting this cruise vlog because I fell in love with cruising all over again and I wanted to show everyone how fantastic cruising is, so you can blame Britannia for my videos. I'd have to say one of the reasons why I love P&O so much is the fact that I have grown up on holidays with P&O and I've never had a bad experience. I've always come back from any P&O cruise thinking that I've had an amazing time and I can't wait to go back again. And the ships never cease to amaze me with what facilities they offer and the level of service provided during the cruise. This being said, there is also a variety of other reasons why I like them. They have attributes that some cruise lines do not have anymore. This includes the likes of having formal nights, so these tend to be twice a week on board current ships, although this will be reduced to once a week on board Iona. I love nothing more than walking around the ship on a formal night and seeing everyone dressed to impress in their tuxedos and long dresses. You don't have to wear formal wear if you don't want, but this will mean that your choice of dining is limited as you won't be able to eat in the main dining room and you may not be able to go into some of the bars. Most people on board a P&O ship will adhere to the dress code, so do consider that if you're thinking about booking on them. Likewise, P&O uphold the idea of club dining, which means that you have a first and second sitting dinner where you are given a table and you will sit with the same people on the same table every single night of your cruise. I really like this because it means that you get to know the people around you as well as the waiters who serve you each night, and this is really nice because you get to develop a good relationship with them, and at the end of a cruise I really feel sad that I'm leaving them because I've gotten on with them so well. Do note, however, that freedom dining, where you can turn up at any time and sit at any table that you want, does exist as well, and on board Iona this will be the case on all dining options, and club dining is not going to be on board Iona, just something to consider. Although P&O is a fan of formal nights, this does not mean that they are stuffy and you're not able to have fun, because I always think that the atmosphere on a P&O ship is very relaxed, but also people are having a lot of fun. The staff are so welcoming and the level of service they provide is fantastic. There is a huge variety of entertainment options on board, including cabaret acts, tribute singers, magicians, comedians, and even West End style shows sung by the headliner's theatre company. Now, these performers are so talented and their ability to perform 2 or 3 times each night without their standards slipping never ceases to amaze me, and I always leave the shows being really impressed with the calibre of singers and dancers on board. So if you're a fan of the theatre, I would definitely recommend going. I also like the fact that there is a wide variety of choice in terms of what ship that you can go on. If you're a fan of the more traditional style of cruising, then you can choose ships such as P&O Aurora, which retains that traditional style of cruising, and she possesses features such as the tiered stern, the wraparound wide promenade deck, and things like that. Alternatively, you can also choose larger ships such as the new Iona, as well as Britannia and other ships like that. And in my opinion, there truly is a different ship to suit every individual who wants to go on a cruise, and the atmosphere within each ship does vary. So if you're able to, try out the different ships in the fleet and see which one that you fancy. P&O also operate 2 adults only ships, including Aurora and Arcadia. This is really useful for people who don't want to cruise with children, or maybe want to cruise during the summer holidays, but again, not with children, and these ships are really popular. Alternatively, the rest of the fleet is family friendly, and the kids clubs are really popular. I remember really enjoying myself in the kids clubs on board the likes of Oceana when I was younger, and I'm pretty sure in some instances I didn't see my family that much because I was having so much fun, so I can personally recommend them. P&O is also fantastic value. The drinks prices tend to be of a similar cost to what you would pay on land. For example, I paid around £6 roughly for each cocktail I had on board P&O. If I went to a bar in a city in Yorkshire, I would definitely pay more for that for the same standard of cocktail, so I'm more than happy to pay that kind of money. The cost of the cruise itself is reasonable as well, and tends to be around £100 a night. Now, an additional benefit with P&O is that the vast majority of their sailings will sail from Southampton. This means that for people who don't like flying, such as me, or people who can't fly for medical reasons, you can simply drive down to Southampton and board the ship there, and your holiday immediately begins. It also means that you don't have to worry about luggage allowance or things like that you have to deal with when you're flying to a particular destination. P&O do offer fly cruises. For instance, starting from Valletta in Malta, you can sail on board Oceana around the Mediterranean, although this will soon be replaced by Oceana in 2021. Alternatively, in the winter months, you can fly to the Caribbean, where you can go on board Britannia or Azura. Again, this means that there is a huge variety of choice because you're not restricted to one embarkation port. So if you want to fly, you're more than welcome to. P&O also have a variety of cruise itineraries available to suit every individual. These will include your more common cruises such as going to the Baltic, fjords, the Mediterranean, Canary Islands, further afield, going to places like Iceland, or sailing direct from Southampton all the way to places such as Greece. There are also fly cruises in the Mediterranean, as I mentioned, as well as the Caribbean. But if you don't want to fly, you can undertake 1 month long Caribbean voyages as you do 2 transatlantics there and back from Southampton. If you really want to, you can even go on a world cruise, which can last up to 3 months, exploring a huge variety of countries, and something that is definitely on my to-do list. So in general, P&O, in my opinion, is a fantastic cruise line which offers a huge variety of choice, whether you want to travel as a couple, with family, or even on your own. The choice of destinations is fantastic, and the ships are maintained to such a high standard, with staff on board who will do their utmost to ensure that you have a fantastic holiday. Like I said, I have cruised nearly 10 times with P&O, and every single time I have absolutely adored my holiday. So I really hope if you go on a P&O cruise, you will too. So that is my video on why I love P&O Cruises, and I hope it helped answer a couple of your questions. If you have any further questions, please comment below and I'll do my best to answer them. If you want to know more about Cruising with Matthew, take a look at my Facebook, Twitter and Instagram sites as I post there daily. So I really hope that you've enjoyed this video, and this is Cruising with Matthew, and I hope to see you in the next video.